Dan Willis here, and we're reviewing the Credit Pros, a top, leading, and legitimate credit repair service who specializes in removing erroneous, damaging, and derogatory listings from your credit report. You see, your credit score is a lot like your GPA or grade point average. Those dings, those negative listings, those damaging, those derogatory items, those must be removed from your credit report. That's like failing underwater basket weaving. We have to get those bad, damaging, negative items off of your credit report because that's the most common cause of a less than perfect credit score. Now, the Credit Pros are headquartered in Newark, New Jersey. However, they serve clients in all 50 states. They're Better Business accredited with an A+ rating. They were founded in 2009 by Jason Kaplan and Damon DiCrenzo. However, don't let their youth fool you. They were recently published in an Inc. magazine as one of the fastest growing companies. Moreover, they've achieved this growth by providing excellent 5-star customer service and results. Now, they accomplish this by working with a certified team of FICO professionals, along with using your rights as a consumer and federal laws, along with having a unique pay per result fee structure, which we'll discuss in detail here coming up. However, if you'd like a free credit consultation, you can call toll free 1-877-418-7596. Now, this next section is actually how they go about fixing your credit report. And the first step, of course, is to call 1-877-418-7596 and get a free one-on-one consultation with a certified FICO professional. Now, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, gives you the right to dispute any item on your credit report that you believe is questionable, inaccurate, or incorrect. 60 Minutes recently exposed how difficult and virtually impossible it is for consumers to do this. Further, Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine said the system is broken. The credit bureaus receive an annual estimated 8 million disputes from consumers, and they have to have some method of going through those and figuring out which disputes are valid and which ones are invalid. Only on valid disputes will they investigate. This leaves people like Meg Pasternak saying you feel kind of helpless because they have you by the short and curlies if you're trying to buy a car, finance a house, trying to buy something. They really have you by those short and curlies. And yes, that's paraphrased slightly, but this system of ignoring consumer disputes and virtually breaking and in direct violation of federal law has led to people like Julie Miller filing a lawsuit and winning $18.6 million. That's how vital and important your credit score is. Furthermore, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has invested 8 years studying the accuracy of the items that are listed on your credit report. And what did they find? 1 in 5 Americans contains an error on their credit report. Further, 1 in 10 Americans contains an error that is serious enough to be damaging their credit score. Now, while the Credit Pros won't promise any specific outcomes, they will guarantee that you will see items removed from your credit report. In fact, if you don't see items removed from your credit report, those negative, bad, those dings, within 90 days, you can get a full every penny back refund. Now, the investigation results. Once the credit bureaus deem your dispute valid, only then will they investigate. And when they do investigate, they're going to contact that collection agency, that credit card company, whomever it is that's reporting that bad, negative information about you, and they're going to ask for a verification of your account. For the vast majority of credit bureau investigations, the account is not verified. In accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, any item that can't be verified on your credit report must be removed. Now, if you'd like a free credit consultation with a certified FICO professional, you can call toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, this next part is the other weapons they have at their disposal to use on your behalf. This includes the credit dispute process with the credit bureaus, and thanks to new laws, you can also dispute the actual creditor or lender that's reporting that information. In addition to that, You also have access to debt validation. If you're currently dealing with any aggressive, obnoxious debt collectors, debt validation is the primary weapon. This basically says, hey, collection agency, you first prove that's actually my account, and then we can discuss the possibilities of payment. If they do not validate your debt, then you're no longer legally responsible for it. Further, they're supposed to notify all three of the credit bureaus to have them remove that collections from your credit report. After all, FICO, the company that calculates consumer credit scores, says a collection on your credit report can damage and drag your credit score down by up to 100 points. Now, in addition to this, if you're dealing with some additional aggressive debt collectors, and this is a legitimate and valid debt, the credit pros will also provide you access to a cease and desist letter, so you can at least have some peace and harmony returned to your life, which will prevent that collection agency from contacting you. In addition to that, you can also have access to goodwill letters to creditors. This is a very effective way at removing any late payments from your credit report. So essentially, you get unlimited disputes, unlimited debt validation, 24/7 access to your client portal so you can keep up with the progress of your credit repair. You also have access to the ID theft restoration and insurance. Now, if you'd like a free credit consultation with a certified FICO professional, you can call toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, this next section is the actual cost of the credit pros. They have one of the best, one-of-a-kind, unique pay per result or pay as you go fee structure. So you'll have to pay a first time upfront low monthly or a low fee. It's just a one-time fee. This is often called a first work fee, but it's a upfront one-time fee. And then you sit back and relax, and the only time you'll pay after that is when you see items removed from your credit report. There's a $50 per item per bureau. So for example, if you have a charge off on your Experian credit report, to get that item off and to have it removed, once it is removed, then you'd pay $50. However, for public records such as judgments, it costs $75 per removal. So for example, if you have that a judgment listing on your Experian credit report, once you get that judgment listing off, then it's going to cost $75 because that's a public record. Now, please, the most common consumer mistake is to pay outrageous hourly fees. Your credit repair bill is not going to be some sky-high bill by any means unless you find and pay a per hourly. Please don't do that. The credit pros have a awesome fee structure where you're only going to be paying when you see results, when you see things happening. So if you'd like a free credit consultation with a with a FICO certified professional, you can call toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, this last thing is the actual guarantee. The certified pros will guarantee if after 90 days you haven't seen any items removed from your credit report, you are entitled to a full every penny, no hassle refund. After 90 days, if nothing's happened, you get a refund. Every penny, every dollar, you name it. Now, they won't promise any specific outcomes for any of the listings because any credit repair company that does that is not legitimate. They will not make that promise. They do guarantee that you will be treated respectfully, professionally, and with courtesy. That they guarantee that your private information will be protected and secure. They also guarantee that all of your requests will be responded to in a timely manner, and they guarantee that you can cancel any time. Now, what items will they remove? They can remove any and every item that's erroneous or errors. This includes debt collections, judgments, late payments, repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, judgments, tax liens, and more. Now, remember, your GPA, your grade point average, is a lot like your credit score. And the fact that if you're failing underwater basket weaving but you're acing all your other classes, it matters not. Your GPA is still going to be dragged down and pulled way down and not be an accurate representation. Your credit score is the same way. Any of those damaging negative information items, those dings on your credit report, that's just like failing underwater basket weaving. We must get rid of those items. And while the law says you have to live with it for a maximum of 7 years, there is no minimum amount of time that any item must remain on your credit report. If you'd like a free credit consultation with a FICO certified professional, you can call toll-free 1-877 418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation with a certified FICO professional. And the toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. If you'd like the full review of the Credit Pros, we're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a fantastic day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.